Well, that worked better than I thought. Welcome, everybody. Episode 480 here, SpeakuP Monday, Destination Indonesia. Now, tonight, as you can see from our illustrious panel, from the video behind and the different upright stands, we have a wonderful evening when it comes to blockchain for smart city, renewable, upgradable, brought to us today by ID OPENTECH, represented by our brother Rain, which we'll introduce shortly. So now, as you know, this tonight explores the revolutionary potential of blockchain in accelerating smart city development across Indonesia. Leading the conversation is ID OPENTECH in partnership with APSCI, Indonesian Smart City Provider Association. Now, together they're pioneering the future of EV innovation and renewable energy, unlocking doors to a multi-billion-dollar green economy. And with the introduction of cutting-edge blockchain projects like Cyrus Lab, represented by you, my brother, and EV-GO, this collaboration signals a bold step forward, building a smarter, greener, more sustainable Indonesia, powered by technology, vision, and collaboration. So whether you're an investor, Web3 innovator, sustainability advocate, or curious about the smart city movement, this is a great episode that you're going to get a great deal of value from. The takeaways I'm going to go into after, because I want to, let's talk about some of our guests. So from the left, leading back towards me, so brother Rain Rinaldi, president of ID OPENTECH Group and chairman APSCI, a leading force behind the green blockchain movement in Indonesia, championing smart city infrastructure and decentralized solutions for national growth. Please, a round of applause for Rain.
Thank you.
So we have Charlie Ha over here, the founder of Cyrus Lab, being assisted by a wonderful translator over here. So if it looks like Charlie's lips are moving, but the voice is coming from somewhere else, you'll be correct, right? Don't adjust your set. There's someone else speaking on his behalf. Now, Charlie Ha, Cyrus Lab, the visionary behind Cyrus Lab, a Korean-based green energy blockchain project reshaping how renewable energy integrates into daily life and smart city design. Round of applause for Charlie and the translator, please. And finally, Sister Temi, keeping us honest here, the wonderful lady in our presence, CEO Nakama, there you go, Launchpad, driving Web3 innovation and supporting the launch of blockchain projects that push boundaries in a sustainability and smart infrastructure. A round of applause for Deborah, please. Deborah Temi. And for those of you who know me, Robert Ian Bonnick, the host and founder of SpeakuP Monday, Destination Indonesia. We are a gateway to Indonesia with 3 award-winning initiatives. One is RIB and Associates, which is a growth strategist and integration strategist of businesses into Bali in Indonesia. Another is SpeakuP Monday that you're watching tonight, 480 episodes, having a lot of fun with this one. Woo. And then the final one is Tourism Architect. Now, Tourism Architect is about how do we build legacy together with Bali, all right? So I think we'll start with the takeaways. Actually, I'll stop talking. It's a long intro. Let's hear from our guests. Let's start with you, Rain. So, Thank you, brother. So look, while we're getting to know you a little bit, just talk straight, nothing to push with these microphones. So I know you for a while now, and I know that there's a lot of things that you do, right? Now, I refer to you when I'm talking to my friends. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry at all. I call you the Elon of Indonesia without all of the baggage, right? The Elon of Indonesia without all the baggage. And the reason why I said it is because, I've seen you grow. I've seen you distribute this gift you have of creating great companies in multiple industries, from resources, minerals, to blockchain, smart chain infrastructure, and so on, and recently become a father Good man. The most important job
Thank
he's
you,
going to have.
thank you.
The most important job he's going to have. So, yeah, I mean, if I ask you this question, like, what drives you to do what you do, what would you say?
If what?
Yeah. So what's the drive? Because
Okay.
you have all of these different things happening. Why'd you do it? Yeah.
So basically, it's maybe it's a kind of a long story. It's okay.
It's okay, brother.
Oh sure. Yeah. So basically, what?
I think your finger may have switched it off. Just push that button.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Very sensitive. Okay. I think it's.
That's a very sensitive mic. Why don't you take this take this mic here, pass this
Sure.
back,
Okay.
right, and we'll see what we can do. Okay.
So, first, it always start with my experience. Okay. Why am I doing all of this? As you can see that you make let's say if you said that someone says that like I'm like Indonesian Elon Musk or something like that, but I have a different dream like with him. I mean like he want to go to the Mars. I want to make a Mars colony in here, Indonesia especially. Okay, so it needs to be very futuristic and others. Okay, and then of course there is a big reason in to build the, let's say, to focus on the smart city. Why I really want to be involved in smart city. That's why I become the chairman for the association. That's the provider association for the smart city. It's simply because when I talk to many city mayor, governor, and other government parts, I always ask to them, okay, because when we talk with the government, basically we're doing like discussion, okay, and then there is so much a problem that need to be solved, okay, and then I think when I work together with Temi on the incubator, I see a lot of startup that have this solution. That's the first point. And then the second, because when I talk to them and then we discuss, it's simply because I really love to see every futuristic thing. And then when I think that is it a smart city is the city that very futuristic, then when I learn about that, that's not okay. The smart city is the city that make human a real human. Okay, make you really human is, let's say like this. When I say, you see that in Bali there is a pedestrian, right? If the facility is not fully support all the humanity, let's say not all people come to Bali with the perfect body. Fun fact here, first time I go to Bali at 2010, I cannot walk. Okay, I sleep on the bed for 1 year. And then I go to Bali, I still cannot walk, so I just bring my leg like this, okay. And then I saw that the infrastructure is not really help me, okay, at that time. That's why it's really push me. Okay, let's see what I can do with this. Maybe with the technology, with the my network, and then that's the thing. I built this. I mean like EV Ready, one of the company focus for EV, and then one thing. EV and this autonomous. Okay, so that's the thing, simply. And then also when I talk to the government, they also ask to me, Rain, what what you can do for us? Okay, can you bring the other remarkable people to help to solve this? Oh, okay, sure, I will do that. Let me handle that.
And just because you mentioned government a few times, people maybe here don't realize. Can you let people know of your position with Kadin, just so they get another element to who you are? Kadin is the Chambers of Commerce for Indonesia, but
sure, yeah. I also as the chief of FinTech, Economy and Digital Asset Committee at Kadin or Indonesian Chambers of Commerce is also part of the government. So basically, yeah, my vision for that is to make a better, bigger, and safer crypto ecosystem in Indonesia. That's the thing.
Thank you very much indeed. Love that. And if you pass that to Charlie, thank you, brother Charlie. Yeah, we're going to, round of applause, we'll go later. So now I'm going to having this two-pronged conversation. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited, right? So, brother Charlie, you're a brother now because you're here.
Yeah.
So firstly, Cyrus Labs, what does it do? Because it's very innovative. So maybe we start with that, and then how did he come into Cyrus Labs? So over to both of you.
자, 사이러스 랩을 어떻게 그 분야에 진입하게 됐는지 사이러스 랩에 대한 설명을 해주시기 바랍니다.
네. 사실 이제 단순한 생각에서 시작했었습니다. 이제 제가 운동을 하는 데 있어서 이제 에너지를 소비를 하는데 그 에너지가 아까웠었습니다.
So he just exercised by himself. However, so that he thought, so how can the energy reduce their how can he reduce their energy after exercising? That is the first step that he thought about the Cyrus Lab.
그래서 이제 사이러스 바이크를 이제 만들게 됐는데, 사실 이 기술은 예전부터 나온 지가 좀 됐었죠. 근데 그것을 이제 한국전기연구원에서 저희들이 이제 기술을 더 이렇게 발전되게 받아서 저희들이 이제 사이러스 바이크를 개발하게 됐습니다.
Actually, after that thought, he just so developed this technology with the Korean government side. Korean government side established some kind of the research center of the electric innovation. So they just provide with their original technology to Cyrus team. Then he just developed this bike research center.
And look, so people here are probably wondering, bike, human, electricity, what's the connection, right? Okay. So if you can explain what Cyrus Labs does, like, the human producing electricity. I may have, spoiler alert. So what does Cyrus do? Yeah.
자, 일반적으로 사람들이 궁금해하는 거는 운동하고 바이크하고 에너지하고 어떻게 연관성이 있는지 그 부분을 궁금해하는데, 사이러스 랩에서는 그것을 어떻게 연결했는지 설명해 주시기 바랍니다.
사이러스 바이크 자체가 사람의 힘으로 전기를 생산하는 가장 큰 효율이 나오는 운동이 바이크예요. 사이러스 바이크예요.
So normally, human beings can produce the electricity by the bike cycle. So bicycle exercise that will just produce the energy.
그리고 그런 이제 바이크, 건강 헬스 바이크 같은 경우에는 많은 제품들이 있는데, 대부분 한국 같은 경우에도 그걸 운동을 하려고 샀다가 방치를 하는 경우, 한 두어 달 정도 운동을 하고는 방치를 해버리는 거죠. 근데 그것을 계속 지속적으로 타게끔 할 수 있는 게 뭘까 생각을 하다가 크립토와 이제 접목을 하게 됐다.
Normally, that there are a lot of physical exercise bike cycle exist in the world. So that however, normally human beings usually just stop exercise, even though they just bought that bike as also high cost. It is normal happened in the world. So, however, so that the Cyrus team just wanted to think how can make human being to exercise continuously. So they just wanted to connection to find the connection to their energy and bike exercise. That is the and then they just found the solution to connect their bike cycle to the cryptocurrency.
Okay, now just if you pass the microphone to Rain for a second, and I'm going to come to you, Temi, very soon. So, why did you decide to, if I can say on camera, work together with Cyrus to bring Cyrus to Indonesia? What did you see that Cyrus has that it solves a problem here?
Okay, so basically, why I bring Cyrus come to Indonesia, it's simply because Indonesia have a specific plan for the smart city. Okay, one of the plan is for the smart home. Okay, in the future, or maybe like we will found it several years from now, every home will have the battery. Okay, the home battery, like a power storage, something like that. And then at that time, the new regulation from the from the Ministry of Energy through the with the PLN, they already said that right now every houses they can use the renewable electricity for 100% electricity at their home. Okay, several years previously, we cannot do that. Okay, right now we can do it. Then when I see their project, which is good, like they said, it's like a bike to earn or something like that. Yeah. Okay, then I see that they have bike that produce electricity. Okay, and then
through your cycling.
Yeah, through cycling
produce electricity.
Yes. Okay. And then every time you go work out with the bike, it will produce electricity, and then also they will calculate it about for the how many electricity that you make. Okay, and then one of the interesting thing for me is when their local government really support about this, and then school will adopt their bike. Okay, I think that's a good thing, because I think if I bring that to Indonesia, and I see that nowadays the healthy lifestyle is become hype. Okay, and then it's really good when you can exercise while you make new electricity, and then so yeah, that's a good thing for your home. Yeah,
thank you, got it. And as you mentioned before, so PLN is the only electricity provider in Indonesia, huge company, monopoly, and basically, as Rain mentioned, recently they made a very important announcement. Prior to that time, solar panel, if you had one on your roof, you could not produce 100% of the power that you consume through your solar panel. They changed the rule and said now you can. So any renewable device in your home, you can generate electricity. Yeah. You can then use that electricity for your own personal use.
That's right. That's why I love the concept of the renewable energy. Yeah. Okay, because I can see that there is some city that I work for, the smart city. They ask me like, Rain, can you calculate for the new 1 million houses with the renewable energy, or like a solar panel and others? And then just like Robert said, it's like a multi-billion-dollar business. Yeah. That's the thing. Why? That's why I think that people have to know about this. Okay, even not all people already heard about the new regulation about the electricity, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and then I can see that in the future, every houses, if government push all vehicle should be electric vehicle, then we must be need new source of electricity. That's right.
Yeah.
Right. That's why they start. Okay, you can use solar panel. You can use. You can put the home battery, and then you can put the resource from anywhere, like solar panel or like the bike, like Cyrus. Yeah.
Got it. All right. So Temi, we're gonna give you this one. Let's see if it's on. All right. Let's see if it works. It does. So, and one thing, if I can add to that, hopefully I'm not giving away all these secrets in one night. So there's a company that you have, because again, in Indonesia, millions of bikes, which are petrol. Now, as the government sees it, and help me out here, how would it look like if you can turn those bikes from petrol to electric? So, what do you think another company might be that Rain has? Conversion, right? From petrol to electricity, correct?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So again, very powerful, because 280 million people almost, right? Fourth most populous country in the world. So many people believe, and through doing this talk show, I've had the opportunity to speak to lots of Indonesian foreigners, government, and all different types. So I understand that Indonesia is very forward thinking. More so than a lot of people that outside of Indonesia who don't know Indonesia will probably think. So I wanted to bring that one up just to give you that reference point, that's the mindset behind the government, is like, how can we turn all of this petrol into electric? I don't know many other governments who are thinking in that particular way. But anyway, Temi, been very patient. Thank you for waiting. So you being, let me get this right, Indonesian Smart City Provider Association. You're the vice chairwoman?
Yes, I'm a vice for the president.
Vice president, thank you. So my question to you then, Nakama, there's a few different companies there for you as well, but what is the drive for you? Give us a little bit of your background. So what brought you into this industry and what keeps you here? What's the drive for you?
Thank you, Robert. So I'm telling about the background first. Since 2015, my company is like established as a IT solution back then. Then after like 2 years, I'm a solo with 20 developer that the time. So I'm kind of like have a roller coaster in the company. So after that, trying to connect with everyone, find community in the Facebook that time. Then I don't have any mentor. So in 2016, I'm follow some competition. The one and the biggest one is like I am become ambassador for the UN Women.
So that one is very sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. Test.
You hold right at the bottom.
Oh, this one.
This one.
Okay.
Just at the bottom.
Okay. Okay.
Thank
So
you, Charlie.
the time. So.
Famous last words, huh? All right, we're gonna swap.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So the time. Well, I'm go to Hannover Messe the time. So being support by UN Women, and that is my like through
Journey.
my journey that I bring to Indonesia. How important that we met a community and mentor. So in 2018, I met this big guy and humble and
Talking about Charlie here.
and humble, clever, and all the good things inside Rain. So we met each other, become a panelist in TV station that time. Yeah, Mas Rain, 2008. Yeah.
Yeah, another talk show as well.
No. Yeah, 2018. So we already like become best friend like 7 years. Yeah, Rain. And after that, in 2019, from the IT solution, we changing into a community for entrepreneur. That's Nakama born. Why? Because I know there is a lot of TEMI out there that need right community, meet the right mentor.
Yeah.
So that's how Nakama created.
Beautiful. And as you mentioned, you know, the launch pad, right?
Yeah.
You need support and help from mentors, from investors, from those who have the knowledge to help this whole entrepreneurial ecosystem grow.
Yeah.
Right? And you're playing a huge part in that as well with Nakama.
Yeah.
But as you said, this small man over here had a great part to play in that. And again, I know him the same way, as being a very generous, open, honest person who has the best interest of Indonesia in his heart and in his mind, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what I've always seen. Okay, so what we're going to do then, we're going to get through some of these takeaways. So just so people here leave with some knowledge, some gems. So the first one is probably how ID OPENTECH is accelerating smart cities using blockchain. Let's try this microphone. Keep your hand
Okay.
on bottom. See how it works. Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So basically, ID OPENTECH try to accelerating this by making a venture builder. We are the private incubator. Okay. So in ID OPENTECH, there is around 16 company. Okay, and then a few of them is a Web3 company, and then we are trying to gather several company that really focus on the deep tech or the future things. Let's say like this: if you check ID OPENTECH on the Google, you will find several news that we just acquired the AI company, and then also we have the EV company, and then I just told you that we have like autonomous car, and then right now we just combine it through EV-GO, autonomous and AI. Then we make the
Practice it.
autopilot one, and then it's simply because I see that if there is no one, I mean like local company that start about things like futuristic things, then the government will not realize that we are already here. Okay, that's the first thing. And then the second, because I'm not big enough, I'm super big, but I'm not big enough, okay, to gather all the company to support the smart city. Because let's say just like this one LRT project, let's say it's a cold metro capsule. On one LRT project, there will be like more than 50 company, more than 50 startup that will work under that project. Let's say the smart electricity, of course, the smart lighting, of course, the system, the blockchain, okay, the smart infrastructure, and then also even some of the startup offer me the concrete with their green something like that.
Yeah, the green concrete blocks.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I see that Indonesia is starting to make upgrade their city. That's why we call this renewable and upgradable. Just like you mentioned before. That's why we call this renewable. Mentioned before, I'm the one that really love to upgrade something. Anything. Let's say I bought a new car, I don't like the standard one, I upgrade other things. But yeah, just like you mentioned before, I do upgrade, let's say like for motorcycle. Okay, you know the numbers of vehicle in Indonesia. The total is 178 million vehicle, and then for two wheels vehicle is 129 million vehicle in Indonesia. There is a lot, right?
Which are mainly petrol.
Yeah, petrol, only petrol. Okay, and then if government right now government give incentive for the EV car, EV motorcycle, but Indonesia doesn't have any culture to throw their vehicle, not like other country. Okay, after 10 years, after 15 years, they will throw away. Okay, but in Indonesia, as long as they can still use it, yeah, they will use it. Okay, so it will be a big problem if there is too much vehicle in in Indonesia, especially because they have to buy a new one. That's why one of my mission to upgrade the city, the quality of the city, is simply upgrade your vehicle from the petrol to the electricity. Okay, you don't have to change your car, you don't have to change your motorcycle, you just need to upgrade it to the electric engine. Okay, that's what I'm doing right now. And then one of the program, it's become the top third, for the smart city in Indonesia, just like in Makassar city, they have concept for a low carbon city. Okay, and then for that they have to reduce 28% the pollution. Okay, and then one of the solution is to convert the existing vehicle to the electric vehicle. Yes, it's more simple.
Got it. And look, so Charlie, we're going to bring you in. By the way, because I know tonight's going to be quite a lot of detail, and I don't want everyone just sitting there for too long without, the people start to fidget. So if you have any questions, okay, in the next about 5 minutes or so, just raise your hand. We'll bring one of these mics that work to you, and feel free to ask your question. Remember, so close. Not close. So, Guz, you probably have to get that light back up. Or Christian, thank you. So, ID OPENTECH, okay, Rain. We have our brother Charlie Ha, right? Cyrus Labs. And then we have Temi Deborah, which tonight is about Nakama, but also about, let me get this straight, APSCI, okay? So, if you have a question, if you can target it at one person, would be great. Okay, so one takeaway: how ID OPENTECH is accelerating smart cities. You've explained quite a bit about that. So the future of EV, renewables, and green tech in Indonesia. So I'm going to go to translator here. So Korea, where is Korea up to in all of this environment of EV technology and so on? Because what Charlie is bringing with Cyrus Lab is great, right? It's a bold step. But is this in Korea, everyone's doing this? Are they years ahead of Indonesia? Are they behind Indonesia? Where does Korea sit with all of the EV technology and smart city?
자, 왜 한국은 인도네시아를 먼저 하든 아니면 인도네시아를 나중에 하든 어쨌거나 그 EV 테크놀로지를 갖고 한국이 아닌 인도네시아에서 이 스마트 시티 프로젝트하고 연결해서 사이러스 랩이 비즈니스를 하려고 하는지 그 의도를 한번 설명을 해 주시기 바랍니다.
사실 아까부터 계속 말씀드리고 싶었었어요.
Actually, so that he wanted to tell about their intention, why he just start the business in Indonesia.
예, 사실 한국에서도 지금 이제 그 환경적으로 관심이 뭐 어느 나라든 마찬가지겠지만 죄송합니다.
A bit closer. Yeah, no, just.
네. 어느 나라든 마찬가지겠지만 환경적으로 다 이슈가 있는 거죠. 근데 저희 나라 같은 경우에는 사실상 저희들이 그 사이러스
우리나라.
예, 우리나라가 사이러스 랩 자체가 이제 크립토랑 이게 연계를 해서 진행을 하고 있는데 국내 같은 경우에는 크립토에 대한 규제가 많죠.
Actually, so that every country just focus on the environment matters, like Korea. So the Korean government also that they're focusing on this environment matters and the air pollution and some others. However, Korea doesn't allow to make so business with cryptocurrency.
예. 그리고 이제 한국 같은 경우에는 이제 학교에 학생들이 지금 환경 동아리가 막 생기기 시작했어요. 그 환경 동아리에서 학생들이 환경에 대한 실천을 할 수 있는 그 행위로 저희들 사이러스 바이크를 이제 이용을 하고 있습니다.
There are so many environmental clubs in high schools in Korea, so that they just the students will just have workout with some kind of exercise with some Cyrus bike, so that a lot of schools just already requested to adapt their Cyrus bike in the school.
그리고 이제 인도네시아에 저희들이 같이 진출하게 된 이유는 사실상 레인이 스마트 시티를 진행을 하고 있는 뭐 큰 프로젝트를 진행하고 있지만 저희들 프로젝트 같은 경우는 좀 작지만 저희 프로젝트 같은 경우는 좀 작지만 그 레인이 준비하고 있는 스마트 시티에 접목을 할 수 있는 가장 적절한 아이템이 아닌가 그렇게 생각하고 있고 레인이 준비하고 있다는 그 홈 ESS 에너지 스토리지 시스템에서 같이 접목이 된다면 그 에너지를 사용할 수 있는 그 효율이 극대화가 될 거다.
So even though Cyrus Lab project is not big compared to the range smart city project in Indonesia, however, they just Cyrus Lab team realized so they can just adapt their Cyrus bike to the smart city, especially their home ESS home storage system. So they think that will be possible to adapt to their smart city project by the rain.
그리고 저희들이 이제 또 앞으로 이제 준비하고 있는 그 프로젝트 같은 경우에도 저희들이 전기를 발생한 그 데이터를 가지고 탄소 크레딧을 거래를 할 수 있는 그런 것까지 저희들이 준비를 하고 있으니까 우리 레인이 준비하고 있는 스마트 시티에 가장 적절한 아이템이 아닌가 그렇게 생각하고 있습니다.
In the future, Cyrus team will just deal with their carbonated deal system. So in the case that Cyrus team will just collaborate with the Lane's Smart City project.
Thank you, Brother Charlie. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now, so this microphone here will be the mic that will travel around a bit. So does anyone have any questions at this point? Just raise your hand. If you don't, it's okay. We have plenty of questions here. But I just want to make sure that people are being looked after. We're good so far? You're thinking about it? All right.
So, of course, for Cyrus Labs, the question is, how are you going to scale your business? Will you work with local storages in Indonesia? Will you manufacture here? Will it be an opportunity for Indonesian workers to get a new job? Or is it all produced in Korea and brought here and distributed here? Because I see that's a huge market with those ergonometers. The fitness and gym market is also an amazing possibility because it's just like skyrocketing at the moment. And where do you see your product more in private households or more in commercial institutions?
So I think Rain could probably help with some of that, and then we'll pass the microphone back to our brother over here as well. It's okay.
자, 지금 여기 인도네시아가 집 마켓이라든가 일렉트리시티 마켓이라든가 이런 부분들에 대해서 굉장히 큰 마켓인데 그 부분에 있어서 사이러스 랩은 어떻게 인도네시아에서 비즈니스를 진행을 할 것인지, 예를 들어 공장을 지을 것인지, 그렇게 될 경우에는 여기에 고용 인력들이 굉장히 늘게 되는 그런 마켓 쪽에서 비즈니스를 진행을 할 것인지 계획을 하고
말씀하신 대로 그렇게 될 겁니다. 저희들이 이제 사실 공장을 인도네시아에서 설립을 할 거고, 그리고 그 공장을 설립함에 따라 인력도 사실상 그 코리아보다는 좀 안정된 인력으로 생산을 할 수 있는 그런 환경이 되기 때문에 저희들도 오히려 인도네시아에 공장을 설립을 하고 싶어 하고, 그리고 레인이랑 같이 이렇게 레인이 공장을 만드는 거에 대해서 말씀을 드려도 되는가요? 같이 레인과 같이 합작해서 지금 제품을 생산하려고 준비 중에 있습니다.
Actually, so that the Indonesian, Cyrus team already just know Indonesian market's possibilities. Actually, so Indonesia has a lot of bikes like so already arranged out, and then so that the Indonesia smart city will just develop some cities to be there, so that the EV cities. So Cyrus team already know about that, and then so that the Indonesian labor's market is cheaper than Korea, so they just really wanted to establish their own factory with their range team here, and also that they will just produce their bikes in Indonesia, then export to Korea and other countries. It will be helpful for the Indonesian economics, and they will just hire more Indonesian laborers in here, and then they will just develop their bikes with their Indonesian teams, especially range team.
Great question, and you can tell the entrepreneur in the room, right? Is there anything else you'd like to add to that, Rain?
I can tell you that when I first met with the Cyrus team, I try to know more about their vision, especially when they come to Indonesia. That's also because I really doing a screening to the project or to the company that want to be involved in the smart city in Indonesia. Like this, first, if they want to be involved, I really suggest them to make a factory in here. At that time, they really interest to build a factory, local factory here in Indonesia, and then doing export to any country, because that's a good thing. That's why I bring them to my EV facilities. As you know that EV Ready have 32 hectares manufacture area industry, and then 10 hectares is specific for the EV facilities. So I already bring them to that place, and then that's the things that when they say, okay, we want to build a factory here, that's a kind of the commitment. That's why I want to bring them involved in the Indonesia smart city.
Perfect. And Charlie, thank you very much for the clear response. So Temi, so APSCI, the Smart City Association, right? So from your perspective, where do you see the future of EV and green tech here in Indonesia? In particular, where do you see the opportunities, clearly, but where are the challenges? And how we try to overcome some of those challenges as well.
Of course, for the challenge is
a little bit closer.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of talent for that massive growth for the EV. For example, the technician, all the thing that it open maybe a gap, but the good things is that gap is making a new business for education sector. Or maybe school or university that they can focus on it. And the obstacle, of course, about radiation. How? Because we using Wi-Fi, right? That car, all the things using Wi-Fi will be bouncing high radiance. It's another problem. that we need to facing. But it's again that problem will come when maybe 5 or 10 if our capacity of conversion already 80 or up to 50% the conversion from petrol to electricity or to EV. So like for example, from this Kominfo Bali, they say that they want to zero emission immediately, right, Robert? So for example, above 1 liter bottle, we cannot using plastic anymore in the market or anything. Yeah. So they also possibility can make announcement that maybe in Sunday and Monday we cannot use petrol car or bike. That's why it will be massive for EV in here, also in Bali. So yeah, I think from the APSCI become a smart city, it's not only talking about car but infrastructure also, and all the thing about smart city is like connecting almost every industry.
Yeah, thank you very much. Rain, is there anything you'd like to add to that? You got a mic there? Yeah. If it's still working. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, basically, I just want to add something from Temi, because smart city or upgrade the city from existing city to smart city is not our only initiative, but it start with the government. Okay, government 2 years or 3 years ago, I forgot, they already make a commitment to make 100 new smart city in Indonesia. That's 100 new smart city program. Okay, it's a collaboration between several ministries. Okay, and then I can see that every program need other organization or institution that can help them, not only government that can do, but that's why we are here. We want to help the government to achieve their target. And then I already heard also that there is already 148 city around Indonesia that already submit the smart city proposal. Okay, and then right now the one that already ready to be upgraded is there is 7 big cities in Indonesia. Okay, and then sooner or later you will see the big differences between the normal city and the smart city, because everything it will be changed and then it will be better for a humanity. That's the thing.
You know, we've been talking quite high level, right? So our audience here are mixed level, some high, some in other areas. So the person on the street, or in other words, like a person that hasn't got, you know, many hectares to do industry, is a person who is interested in smart technology. We've got a few E1 and a few others here, and brother over here, Carsten. So the person who, you know, wants to do good for the environment, wants to do good for the planet, knows about EV to a certain extent, what choices can they make to make a difference? So, for example, EV bike is probably the obvious one for most people, but that's not what everyone wants to do. But what other opportunities are there that maybe people don't realize is contributing to a positive outcome?
Okay, so I can see that nowadays many company develop the, let's say, like the clean incinerator technology, if you know, for the all EV like this. Okay. So and then also most of the people that already have the extreme large land, let's say like that, and then they will build the green energy like for the solar panel, and then some of them also use the hydro or something like that, and then for the small development, some of the people try to just doing like me for the EV conversion, because once they doing this is the government mindset. Once the motorcycle or car being converted into electricity, then the government will saving a lot of incentive or subsidy for the premium petrol. Okay, that's their intention. That's why they really push about this thing. And then when I say for the smart city, there is a lot of things that we can do. Let's say if you are an AI developer, okay, and then you can put your AI, your AI to the, let's say, to the CCTV camera, it will be good, because there is one of the city that have 5,000 CCTV, and then they become the fastest to reveal the kejahatan tuh apa ya? Criminal. It's simply because they have all the connectivity by the CCTV, and they use AI. They know where they first going or something like that.
Yeah, so they can almost like contact tracing criminal by putting. Okay, so that's what one use. You have a question?
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, I can confirm that.
Sure.
By experience, I went to a security conference in Europe, and I have CCTV all over the place. They asked me if I'm paranoid. I said, well, because I have those CCTVs, I am not. So if you live in a city like that, it makes the people feel better as well. What I'm looking into is all those sustainable electricity concepts by creating electricity through wave technology, wind technology, solar technology is not new. We have this since 20 years, but it's not been implemented due to the restrictions of companies like PLN, because they don't want to lose the customer.
That's right.
Yeah. All people living in Indonesia having this type of technology, living in smart cities, will also reduce their costs on that. So basically they will have to pay a little more to implement it. But I've been driving electric cars since 10 years, and I have electric motorbike as well in Germany. There's ways of building water batteries here in Indonesia, where I have a project with a gentleman who lives a little bit out of the city, where he doesn't have a big connection, so he has a solar panel and built a water battery which works like a dam. You know, it's just like pumping up with solar panel and then letting drain down through a turbine that creates electricity afterwards. Totally for those types of projects. It's just a question if the industry is not going to interfere like PLN did the last times with the storage facilities due to the battery risk that they said. Do you know anything about those changes?
Yeah, because some of them also ask me about these things. Okay, because the risk of for the this industry. Let's say like this. You know that nowadays the battery company is develop their battery not only use the nickel. Okay.
Sodium nitrate, for example.
Yes, that's right. But Indonesia, basically, there is, like a lot of nickel in here in Indonesia, and then right now they are trying to, to start producing nickel battery is for home industry. A nickel battery is for the houses, not for the electric vehicle. Okay. Because that's one of their intention, okay, that's why, because if every houses in the future, of course, have battery from the nickel, of course the nickel in Indonesia, they will absorb it as to the end product, okay. That's the thing. So when some people they still I mean, like, I met a lot of group from outside that they want to build a battery company in here in Indonesia, okay, but they afraid that some regulation will change, let's say for the battery, and then also for the electricity, when they spend a lot for the develop the battery for the home, and then PLN just change their regulation, and then it will make them, oh my god, I already invest a lot. Yeah, right. But in my calculation and based on my discussion, because it's not become the until now, if every car and motorcycle convert into the electricity, then Indonesia will need new electricity resource. That's why PLN start, okay, please you can use the renewable energy like solar panel and other, please. Because we are starting to shifting from the petrol to the EV. I can imagine that every houses will have one electric motorcycle or car, and then PLN doesn't have enough electricity for that. So that's the thing. Yeah.
That's a great point. And look, I'm going to come back to you in a second, Charlie. So Temi, so with your position at APSCI, where do you see, and I've kind of spoke about this earlier on, but I want to go back to it. So the future of Indonesia, we've had a few comments around that, which is great. But how do you see the entrepreneurial market? Because Nakama is a great empowerer, right? A launch pad for many entrepreneurs forcing their way up, right? So where do you see the gap for Indonesian entrepreneurs to get involved in this industry now?
Okay, for the gap itself, it will be quite big. That's why APSCI would be a platform to make them more focused and connect with the right platform that support they penetrate market, which is they will work with government. So APSCI will together with government know the regulation, know how to make the industry can get goes well, where the city can using their service. So that's why if this entrepreneur doesn't have good connection, doesn't have the regulation from the government, it will be not work. Yeah.
I want to add some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to add some from Temi, because I met a lot of the startup, especially for the blockchain startup, because right now they have a use case first, yeah, to put that their product, but they didn't have any connection. Okay, they didn't even have. They have a good product, they have a solution, but they didn't know how to implement that on the some project. Okay, that's why APSCI is here to help them. Okay, that's the first thing. And then the second is just like this, there is several blockchain company that come to me. They want to become the solution of the ticketing solution for the LRT. Okay, Rain, please use my blockchain for the entire system. Okay, what you can do, blah blah blah. They tell that like this. Okay, and then last time I met with the Wafa. Wafa is the GM for the Tools for Humanity WorldCoin. Okay, and then they try to scan your eyes. Okay, and I asked to them, can we use this for the specific key for or ticketing for everyone who want to use the LRT? Yes, you can. Okay, so nobody can make a fake ticket or others. Okay, sure. I see. That's the thing. And then of course, because we need the proper log, and then for every data on the smart city or like this, I mean like for the infrastructure, LRT and then BRT, by using blockchain we will be easier to track anything if there is something bad happen. That's the things. Okay, yeah.
Got it. Now, is it quick? Because I want to
very quick.
Carol behind you, and I'd love to get my brother involved again, because there's a question I have for you as well. But yeah,
I love the idea of the identification of that person in a train, but how are you going to upkeep with data protection laws?
Yeah, this is the things that when we discuss, I always ask to them, okay, because I believe that some altmen support that project because they know that for the AI they should be anti-AI also, okay, and then this Tools for Humanity is the anti-AI company basically, okay, because I really into the AI, and then when I check. Are you save our retina data to the server? No, we don't even save your image, retina or others on. We only save the binary code. Okay, I see. Okay, so basically it's randomly blah blah blah. I see. Okay, that's why right now it's I think it's a good thing because it doesn't hit any privacy regulation. Okay, so yeah, we will figure it out.
Wonderful. Now, Carol, just before we go to your question, could you pass the mic to the senior translator? We will come back to you straight after, right? The question that I have for Charlie is that, again, like there's great advantages that can be not taken advantage of, but can be learnt from one country as you come into another. And there are some things that you see in your own country, wherever you're from, and say, you know what, that thing here would work really, really well, and so on. So my question for our brother Charlie here is, you know, what has he seen in Korea that could also be working here that is not here at the moment? So where's that point of opportunity from a Korean standpoint, or growing up in Korea, moving to Indonesia? Which areas does he see? Well, if we did that there, it would just empower the whole ecosystem, for example.
자, 지금 일반적으로 비즈니스를 진행을 할 때 한 나라에서 먼저 성공을 하고 다른 나라에 진출을 하고 그렇게 해서 비즈니스를 확장을 하는 것이 훨씬 더 파워풀하고 효과적일 수 있는데, 지금 인도네시아에서 이 비즈니스를 진행을 하면서 한국에 다시 비즈니스를 같이 런칭을 하는 이런 형태로 진행을 한다면 그것이 더 부담이 될 수도 있지 않나. 그러면 이제 기본적으로는 비즈니스를 디벨롭할 때 양쪽에서 이렇게 하는 것보다는 한쪽에서 하고 순차적으로 진행하는 게 더 낫지 않을까라는 생각인데 어떻게 생각을 하시는지.
알겠습니다. 사실 저희 그 사이러스 프로젝트 같은 경우에는 단순히 피트니스 크립토는 아니죠. 저희들이 저희들 사이러스 바이크 같은 경우에는 물리적인 에너지를 이제 디지털 자산으로 바꾸는 그런 기능도 있는 거기 때문에, 처음에 말씀드렸다시피 한국 같은 경우에는 크립토 관련돼서 규제가 심하기 때문에 인도네시아가 좀 이렇게 오픈되어 있는 인도네시아에서 같이 크립토 쪽도 활성화가 된다면 오히려 한국에서도 이제 그 규제가 풀릴 때 좀 더 확장이 더 빨리 되지 않겠나 생각을 하고 있습니다.
맞아, 다 해주시는 게 좋을 것 같아요. 제가 정리를 해서 얘기할게요.
네네. 이제 답니다.
Okay, so actually Cyrus team just think so that they have also very strict regulations from the Korean government about the cryptocurrency business. So actually Cyrus Pi could just produce the energy down, so convert to the crypto asset. It is their aims. However, so the Korean government has also a lot of regulations to establish their so kind of the cryptocurrency business. So they just think they start a launch business in other country except Korea. It will be more so efficient and powerful for their businesses. So they just chose the Indonesia, and then so there is Indonesia is a kind of the launch country except instead of Korea. So even though Cyrus team is from the Korea, however, so Indonesia is the so business base instead of Korea, so that there will be more efficient for their instead of Korea, so that there will be more efficient for their so business.
또 한 가지가 이제 생산하는 데 있어서 인도네시아에서
Mention about there, so the where is more efficient.
About smart cities.
Okay, and then on the state source of the electricity. Okay, I forgot the name. Okay, but it's on the near from the Makassar. Maybe you can check on the Google. Simply because they want to have a really green electricity for mass uses. Okay, that's the thing. And then also I also know several big guy, okay, in Indonesia that's starting to make a really green electricity. Okay, they want to try to replace the PLN also, maybe, yeah, because I believe that if this movement that every houses use the renewable energy like solar panel, or they can find a new one. My group also try to build a new one with the heat resource, and then it will be good. I think in the future maybe it cannot be done by 2 or 3 years ahead, but slow but sure we will go to the fully green energy. Yeah.
So for these projects, what matters is leadership. Not only leadership for people like you, because you're obviously really invested and it's your mission and you really believe in it, and you're putting your actions into your words, but it's leaders in governments. Yes. So in your experience, and truly, are you really seeing a shift?
EV.
There's always one of those. Are you really seeing a shift in government, in leadership when it comes to renewables, greener energy, and power that is sourced from electricity?
Okay, if I can say, like, I cannot say it's a fully government really support that thing, okay, but I can say also there is a, I mean, like in the government they already make a movement into the shifting, okay, and then even, I mean, like, start by the Ministry of Energy that make a regulation that every houses that can use the full renewable energy. And then also right now if someone want to make what is the like energy resource, yeah, they only allow for the green, okay, for the green energy. So basically right now we are on the shifting, and then is on the good track right now. And then the matters is only simple, we cannot change it by like this, okay. That's why we can see there is still people use the petrol car or motorcycle, and then should be slow but sure, but they already have the target. For fully is 2016, 2060, but for the only EV, it's 2030. Okay, it's like 5 years from now. It's already should be done. Okay, yeah, that's what I know. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to ask. I'm from Spain, so for those that don't know, we were taxing the sun for almost 10 years, which is really funny because we have a lot of sun. She's targeting for me like the biggest point, which is that how we are going to ask for more electricity. In my opinion, we need like not only solar or renewable. We should go to nuclear or whatever. But that brings to the next question: is like if you are moving to this like full electricity shift, how are you going to scale like all the infrastructure? Because the next step is to bring electricity to homes. In Spain, 3 months ago, we got a blackout because of a real problem. So it's not only about having more electricity, but about making a bigger infrastructure. Even in Bali, it's a problem to add like more restaurants or whatever, like we see more cables. So related to that other part of the infra, what is like the path that Indonesia is going to attack?
Okay, so basically for the infrastructure in Indonesia, first I can see that it's always start from the government or the company that owned by the government. Let's say I already met several minister that on their building they already changed the source of the electricity. That's the first. And then if company like me, okay, we also try to develop the new energy. Okay, just let's say like this. I got the inspiration from the Dutch, from Holland, and then also want to solve the trash problem. Okay. We built the machine that produce electricity with the we burn the trash. What is it? The trash, right? Yeah, the garbage trash. Okay, and then we already make the prototype for only for one home. Okay, but if we do this like the other country that already do, they make like a high building and then they make electricity from what they are doing. I think that's also, I mean, we can make a new source, and then as you can see, like in my hometown, every day there is 17 ton, if I'm not wrong, 17 ton a garbage or a trash that should be burned. But until now they still, I mean, like put on some place and then do nothing with that. When I built that machine, yeah, please, you can burn all your trash, because that machine only once it's activated, they will never stop, because it will use the regenerate the energy. Okay, yeah, I mean, like that's one thing that a small company like me can do.
Got it. Thank you. All right, quick one, Brother Carsten, over to you.
We are 10 years ahead at the moment in Germany through autonomy, and my house is fully autonomous, and we've been driving since 10 years electric. I see a problem in politics due to the electric company, which has round about 52,000 employees, and the petrol companies, which have round about like 70,000 employees that I just checked on Google. So you're basically facing a political issue by creating a sustainable environment for people. How are you going to conquer this problem that we will be facing in the industry?
Carsten, that problem might not exist because AI is going to get rid of all their jobs.
All right.
Yeah.
So
This is a legal non-profit.
All right. So a member of our audience is basically saying that that's not a problem because the AI will get rid of all the jobs anyway.
Everybody will have no more
but,
job.
But let's go to the answer. Yeah. Good.
Sure. Yeah. Of course. That's also the things that I face when I bring the association, the APSCI, to the government level. The government, I mean, they have the different perspective, okay? Because just about when we try to focus on the I will call it efficiency, okay?
For that efficiency, you can actually create education and new jobs.
Which is what Timmy was saying before.
Hallelujah.
Pass the microphone over to my translation brother. Is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
I think
that's good. All right. So thank you, everybody. ID OPENTECH. We're not done yet. ID OPENTECH, Rain, everyone who's here, Cyrus Labs, and obviously APSCI with you, Temi. So last couple of questions now for our panel. So this one I would love you, even though I'm pretty sure that he understands already, but I'd love you to translate so he can have some time to think about it. So one of the questions for everyone here was, is there anything else that you'd like to say? Because maybe you came here with an idea of, I would love people to get this message. And maybe you haven't had the opportunity to impart that message. So number one is there anything that you'd like to say as a message? So maybe translate that part.
자, 여기 이제 각국의 여러 분들이 와 계시는데 사이러스 랩 입장에서 어떤 메시지를 주고 싶은지 그 메시지를 하나 얘기를 해주시면 좋을 것 같습니다.
Right, coming. You got about a minute to 2 minutes to think about it, and then the second part of that was, foreigners. There's quite a few here. Is there any role or part that you see going forward? Carsten's come up with some great ideas already, and he's from Germany. And, Germany, as you said, in many ways, 10 years ahead, they've been doing things in a certain way. You mentioned Holland before about creating certain opportunities there. It's like, well, I would love to bring that here, right? So, being that you're also in the government, and you have these great connections and, big in business as well, so is there any opportunities that you see for foreigners, maybe on a scale large and small, that can play a role in the future that Indonesia is stepping into? And good luck trying to translate that one for my brother over here. I know you can.
이제 예를 들어서 지금 독일 같은 경우도 한 10년 정도의 이 에너지 사용에 대한 부분들을 경험을 했고, ID 오픈텍에서도 뭐 여러 가지에 대한 어떤 그 기회 요소라든가 이런 거를 얘기를 했는데, 실질적으로 이런 비즈니스가 진행이 됐을 때 여기에 있는 이제 외국인들, 그러니까 인도네시아 사람들한테는 어떤 그 여러 가지 다양한 기회가 주어질 수도 있지만, 외국인들의 입장에서는 어떤 기회가 주어질 수 있는지, 이 비즈니스의 뭐 투자자로서든 아니면 파트너로서든 어떤 이 커뮤니티에 들어오든 또는 뭐 유저가 되든 그렇게 했을 때 어떤 기회가 주어질 수 있는지 그 부분에 대한 거를 설명해 주십시오. 생각을 하시고, 그러니까 지금 먼저 이제 질문을 다 드리는 이유가 이 질문들에 대해서 생각을 좀 하시라는 시간을 드리는 겁니다.
Wonderful. So what we'll do, we'll go reverse order. So Sister Temi, we'll start with you, then Brother Charlie, and we'll finish with Brother Rain. All right? So I think you have a microphone somewhere. Yes. All right, good. All right, so 1, 2, and 3. If you need to be reminded, let me know.
태미서부터 이렇게 순차적으로 이 두 가지 질문에 대한 답을 하게 될 겁니다.
Okay, thank you. I have some point that I note. Yeah. I have some notes that I already note that how the roles that we can collaborate is first is important for we have a lot of knowledge and best practice to sharing. Technical assistance between foreigner business and local business, and then pilot project demonstration. We can also research and development collaboration that are already Rain mentioned before, and second, financial investment facilitation. Within this case, we can mention the platform that can we share a Nakama Launchpad that we can fractional ownership to the project, and then raising a fund there, connecting with the community global, and then investor in globally, and then of course investment promotion that could be endorsed by government, because it's really important. The project for smart city, as Rain said, it's belong to government. The actor is the businessman inside. So yeah, I think the third is important things is policy and regulatory harmonization. Yeah, for me that the 3 point that for my opinion. Yeah, Robert.
Thank you, Sister.
Your
첫 번째로 저희들 같은 경우에는 사실 친환경 에너지를 생산하는 것도 중요하고, 그리고 뭐 크립토 비즈니스를 활성화시키는 것도 중요하다고 생각하지만, 사실상 친환경 에너지를 생산하는 자체도 이런 사람을 위해서 이 지구 환경을 잘 지켜서 이 환경에서 좋은 환경에서 오래 살기를 바라는 그런 위함이다라고 생각하고 있고.
First one, so they are focusing on their crypto business and the environmental business. However, so they are focusing on the human beings' good life, well lives, so that they just wanted to develop the human beings' lifestyle, also through their business.
건강한 사람들은 뭐 어떤 운동이든 해서 건강을 지키고 그렇게 살겠지만은, 저희들 사이러스 바이크 같은 경우에는 운동을 못하는 사람들도 꾸준하게 자전거 운동을 탈 수 있도록 우리가 보상을 해주기 때문에 지속적인 운동을 하게 되고, 그로 인해서 전기가 지속적으로 생산이 된다라는 말씀을 드리고 싶고.
Healthy people can work out everything, so bike, and then the hiking, and then some kind of swimming and so forth. However, Cyrus bike can support disabled people can work out with their bikes.
실제로 저희 어머니가 이제 70세이신데 무릎이 안 좋아서 운동을 못하고, 운동을 못하니 근육이 줄어들고 계속 악순환이 되던 상황이었는데, 저희 사이러스 바이크를 꾸준하게 지속적으로 타면서 걷는 것도 활성화가 되고 건강을 되찾으시는 모습을 보고 정말 뿌듯했다, 이런 생각을 하고 있습니다.
Real example, his mother is 73 years old now. However, so she already lost muscles and then kind of powers, but he provided with Cyrus bike to her. She right now can work and can work out, so that their whole life is developed from their Cyrus bike.
결국엔 꾸준한 운동이 저희들 사이러스 바이크는 꾸준한 운동을 하게끔 할 수 있는 그런 결국에는 사람을 위한 그런 프로젝트다라고 생각해 주시면 되고.
Cyrus bike want human being to be developed their healthy life and well lives.
Okay. Second. 이제 크립토 비즈니스가 활성화되면 전 세계의 사람들이 거래소에 올라가서 뭐 저희들 토큰을 구매를 할 수 있고, 그리고 또 저희들 사이러스 바이크를 타서 채굴까지 해서 거래를 할 수 있으면 모두 다 저희들 유저가 되지 않나, 그렇게 생각하고 있습니다.
So additionally, everybody can work out with their Cyrus bike, then they can make their own crypto asset. In the case that they will just develop, change their lives to the normal, the life to their future digital asset human beings' lives.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Charlie. Mamma mia. So now we're going to finish up with ID OPENTECH, who brought us the show tonight. Thank you very much indeed, Brother Rain. And
Sure.
please, over to you. Almost to the applause. Not quite yet. Over to you.
Okay, so yeah, of course, I really learned so much from other country, from the foreigner. That's why we develop everything almost with other country. Let's say the LRT we built together. We share the technology with the Slovenia. Yeah, our engine is sharing technology with the Slovenia. Okay, and then also one of the just like Iwan who come, yeah, we also developed the motorbike, EV motorbike, also with the Spain technology. Okay, I know what of the best, and then I bring to Indonesia. Okay, so we can transfer technology. Okay, that's the thing. And then also they need, I mean, like they already have the technology. Let's say they also want to have a business in Indonesia. I have the research. Okay, I have the market, and then also I have the team that can doing research together. Then we doing everything together. That's the things. And then also why I bring Tammy and also Cyrus, simply because we are open to the world. Okay, one gate to the world is simply if we talk about our local project, local smart city project, and then I only open to local. I think that's it will take more time, yeah. But I want to bring all. Okay, they can involve in this. Let's say like by supporting the project, or can bring their technology through their startup or company come to Indonesia. Just like Cyrus, when they come, they bring the technology. They also bring the benefits for the people that use the bike. That's the thing that we can do. That's why we open for the collaboration through the APSCI, and then also through the Nakama for the incubator. Yeah.
I mean, look, as we now formally wrap up very soon, you know, one thing I just want to say is I just want to thank everybody here, ID OPENTECH, Brother Rain, right, for bringing us tonight's show, Brother Charlie, appreciate you, thank you so much, and working with our other brother, Brother Translator.
Call me Gregory.
Call Brother Gregory.
Yeah.
Great name, by the way. All right, and also Sister Temi over here. So thank you so much for taking the time. Obviously, Brother Guzman, one-man show, Tropical Nomad, doing everything from the flyer to the screen to the Mamma Mia Santa Barbara. Right? Thank you so much. Thank you to the audience, right? So, again, Rain and Tim I've known for a long time, right? New brother, we're brothers already, it's okay. It's very difficult. One of the things which I love about doing this is the people that you meet, right? Having access to a guy like this would never happen for most people. When I say he's the Elon of Indonesia, I wasn't kidding. And now you kind of know about 1/10 of what I think I know, right? So in other words, there's a lot more. Again, without the baggage, no disrespect to Elon. So part of the reason when you see a topic or a title that inspires you or touches you, you should come in person, because the people that you will meet, not only the illustrious panelists, but also the people in the audience which are aligned by that topic, that's where the power is. Whether it's 10, 15, 20, or I think 140 people has been ever the most. Crypto a few years ago, crazy. But it doesn't matter what the number is, it's about the frequency and the congruency of the people here which are brought together. So I just want to thank everybody here, and next week's show is going to be interesting. So they're putting on the biggest AI commerce movement in the world. Oh. Right? Which will be in September in Nusa Dua. but next week they're going to be on the show. So if that title kind of makes you think I should come next week, come next week, right? They're from KL, Kuala Lumpur. Yeah. So I'll let you know more about that later on. But as far as tonight's show is concerned, thank you once again, ID OPENTECH, Cyrus, and APSCI. Round of applause, please. Thank you so much. See you next week.